Today we're checking out the Hellwig Big Wig Adjustable Tubular Rear Sway Bar for stock height 2014 and newer Ram 2500 and 3500s. If your truck feels a little too top heavy in the corners or a little too loose when it's loaded up, this is one of those upgrades that can make the truck feel a lot more planted and a lot more controlled, so it's definitely worth considering. The big feature here is going to be overall improved stability. This rear sway bar is designed to cut down on side-to-side body roll and turns, which is a huge benefit on a heavy-duty truck. That means the truck can feel more composed on the street, more settled in sweeping turns, and more confident when you're dealing with a taller load or towing duty. It also helps enhance the tire grip and restore a stronger sense of control, which can make the truck feel less sloppy and more predictable behind the wheel. Another nice touch is going to be the adjustability factor, because that gives you some tuning room to better match how you actually use your truck specifically. So whether your Ram is mostly a daily driver, a work truck, or something that sees regular hauling, this is the kind of handling upgrade that makes the truck feel more buttoned down in real-world scenarios. When it comes to the construction on this, you are getting heat-treated 1 1/4 inch 4140 tubular chromoly with a gray hammer tone powder coat finish, along with poly bushings and the needed hardware for install. That is serious material for a part like this, and it's exactly why this sway bar is built to deliver added strength, durability, and long-term performance on a heavy-duty truck. Now, as far as the pricing goes, it's coming in right in the upper 600s price range. That's definitely a more premium handling upgrade, but for buyers who want a more noticeable improvement in stability and control of their Ram, you're getting a heavy-duty adjustable setup with serious materials to back it up. When it comes to the install on this one, it's getting rated a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Then you can have this job done in 2 hours of your time if everything goes smooth. Now let's head on out to the shop. We're going to give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
For this install, you will need various impacts, an 8mm Allen socket, 15, 16, and 18mm sockets, and 18 and 22mm wrenches, also not shown here. Not necessary, but if needed, a jack and jack stands. All right, today we're going to be installing a sway bar on our Ram, so let's get started. All right, so the sway bar we're installing dictates this must be done while the vehicle's suspension is under load. That means it's on all 4 wheels, or as we have it here, we've got the rear end on jack stands, and we've got the wheels off just to give you the best view of what's going on. You could easily do this while your wheels are on and the vehicle's sitting on the ground on a level surface. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes, so let's get under there and get this sway bar off. All right, so now we're underneath the rear of our truck, and we've come to our sway bar, and we're gonna remove the mounting brackets first. They're held on each side by 2 15mm bolts. So we've got our 15mm socket on our impact, and we'll get these 2 off, and then we'll get the other 2 off. Then we'll get the other 2 off. You want to support your sway bar when you get the other 2 off, because this will swing down. All right, so now we're going to remove our end links from our frame side mounts. So we've got an 18mm bolt that goes through that. We've got our 18mm socket and our 18mm wrench. Get on the back side here. You will notice there's a lot of undercoating from the factory on these. Sometimes you need to chip that off. So we've got our nut off of our bolt. Pull this out, and that's going to drop this side of our sway bar. Then we can do the other side, and out will come our sway bar with the end links. Now that we have both sides out, we'll remove our factory sway bar. All right, so now that we have our factory sway bar out, we've got our new kit up on the table, because there's a few things we need to do before it's ready to go on the vehicle. The first thing is we are going to grease and install our mounting brackets. What you want to do is remove the U-bolt brackets for those. We're going to grease the inside part of these. This does open up, and we'll get them on our sway bar. So we'll take our provided grease pack. Get a good bit out. We're just going to grease the entire interior of our bushing. Once we're done with that, we're going to open it up. Put that onto our sway bar. Then we'll do the same thing for the other side. Now we can reinstall our U brackets. Just like so. Next, we've got our bushings for our end links. So you have a female and a male side to your end links. Both of these have OLEDs on them that we're going to install our bushings to. So we want to grease these. A nice film will do. You don't have to get carried away with it. What I like to do is put a little bit of grease on our OLED. And we're going to take our bushing, press that into our OLED, just like so. And then we've got our crush sleeve. Also going to grease this just a little bit. It's going to help it go in. Now, if you do find this difficult, you can grab some pliers or use a vise to squeeze this in. You just want this to come flush with your bushing. Now, once you got your first one set up, you want to do the same thing for your other 3 portions of your end links. All right, so now we can install our sway bar itself. So we're going to line our brackets up with our factory mounting points on our axle. We're going to use our 2 provided 8mm Allen head bolts on each bracket. We've already got our other side on. That's going to help us hold this in place. Line this up, get our bolts in. And once you've got both in, we're going to just snug these down with our 8mm Allen socket on our impact. We're not going to fully tighten them just yet. Still want to be able to move your sway bar around like so. And once you have your first 2 on, you can do the same thing for the other side. So now for our end links, we're going to mount our female side to our frame side mount. So we're going to grab our provided bolt and flat washer with a flat washer and lock nut. We're going to get this loosely installed first. Get that through. Get a washer. And then our nut loosely in place. Okay, and we just want that to sit like so for now. Now we're going to take our male side of our end link and we're going to get our jam nut on. And for now we're going to thread that down as far as we can. Anywhere over halfway is good. Then we're going to thread this into the female side of our end link. Now what we want to do is bring our sway bar up. Now you'll notice you have 3 different mounting points on your sway bar. The farthest hole out is going to be your softest setting. The farthest one in is going to be your stiffest setting. The manufacturer does recommend starting with the farthest one out. So we're going to line this up. You want this to be a little bit above level, but not far, almost square. That looks good. And we're going to take our mounting bolt for this side, get that through our sway bar, install our washer and our nut, bring our jam nut up, now once you've got this side to this point, you want to repeat this same process for the other side, and then we'll come back and tighten everything down. Now that we have both sides installed, we're going to tighten everything down. So we need a 16mm socket on an impact for a bolt head and an 18mm wrench for our nuts. Bring our jam nut back up, take our 22 millimeter wrench, and tighten that up. Do the same thing for the other side, and we'll come back and tighten down our brackets with our 8 millimeter Allen socket as we did before. Once you have this side tight, you can do the same thing on the other side. Alrighty, that about wraps up our review and install of our Hellwig Big Wig Adjustable Tubular Rear Sway Bar for stock height for your 14 to current Ram 2500 and 3500. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.